Have you booked a holiday to Tenerife this June and July? Or maybe you're thinking of booking a holiday to Tenerife in June and July? Well, stop right there, because we've got an important travel update for you coming live from the island of Tenerife from the one, the only, yes, you've got it, the night strider himself, Mr. Andrew Knight from Sanasty Car Hire. Yes, he's going to bring us the latest travel news and travel reports on what's going on the island of Tenerife. There's so many reports about it at the moment saying yes we can go, no we can't. Brits are not allowed, yes they are. Lots of people getting conflicting news in the media there. Well, we're going to bring you the latest updates live from the island of Tenerife. Now, before we go any further, you can now get your very own McMaster and Night Strider t-shirt. Yes, they are now available in a choice of colours, so you don't just have to have the black one that's there. So they're all down below, the links are down below there. Get one of those. They are for a limited period only, so pick one up, and if I see you out there wearing one, then I'll buy you a beer, and I'm sure if Andrew sees you, he'll buy you a coffee. Don't forget to head over to Andrew's site as well, sanasty.com, and if you're thinking of renting a car, go over there and support him, because he's a great guy, and I'm sure you all know that by now anyway. Anyway, enough of me talking, because I know you want to dive straight in. Don't forget though to like, subscribe, click that little bell for notifications of when I upload new videos. Follow me on Instagram, which is down there now. Without further ado, let's go. Andrew Knight, how are you?
How are you doing? You okay?
Yeah, long time no speak, long time no speak.
I've been busy. The days all just merge into one.
Well, it's been a while, and we have been having people question where you are. I said, well, you do have a life. He isn't a vlogger. He's a car rental company. So
where's Wally of Tenerife?
Now, I know I've been speaking to other people. I've been speaking to Tim on the island, but don't get jealous, because there is only you that is next to me as a caricature on a t-shirt. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there is now a t-shirt with the Night Strider and the McMaster on a t-shirt, and you can get that in the links below, or you can click the little eye that's up here somewhere.
I was getting worried you'd been cheating on me there.
There's only you that was. I'm not doing a t-shirt with anybody else, so just you. It's some kind of bromance, I think, isn't it?
Have you sold any yet?
Yes, I have actually. I think about 5 people so far have actually bought them, so you just wait for it. And I said, if I see anybody on the island, I will buy them a beer if they're wearing it, and if you see them, you'll buy them a coffee. I'll have to give you the money back for that, because I've already mentioned that in the intro.
I'll do that.
So there you go.
Just run and hide.
You just run and hide.
I'm only joking.
Actually, if you rent a car, I haven't told Andrew this, if you rent a car, don't worry, it's not going to cost you anything. If you rent a car off of Andrew at Sanasty Car Hire, he will give you a discount to pop in if you want to buy one of these t-shirts, and it'll give you 20% off. So there you go.
There you go.
So there you go. Let's dive right in anyway. Enough of the t-shirts and this shameless promotion. First of all, what's the weather like? Because it looks a bit cloudy.
Yeah, it's been like this for the last few days. We've had a bit of a pressure system, so we've had it's really muggy, so it's cloudy, but it's been like 27, 28 degrees. A bit uncomfortable, really. It's been quite humid and muggy. And then we've had the odd rain shower, but only the sort of rain shower that makes a mess. It's not like washed anything off, it's just made everything an absolute mess. I'll show you the patio later. It looks like a sandstorm.
Bit of a Kalima then.
Not really Kalima, it's just, I don't know, just in the rain. It's just the rain that makes a mess. It's not heavy enough to wash everything off.
It's probably coming from Africa or something, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's so it's been not the best, but can't complain.
Well, anyway, that was question number 1. We've got 10 questions. Do you know what question number 10 is? Anybody know what question number 10 is?
I could probably guess.
Well, my question number 2 is, we've already mentioned this, but what do you think of the McMaster and Night Strider t-shirts? Good likeness of you?
Yeah, I like it. I've sent it round. Quite a few people like it. So
can I ask, why have you got your hand on my shoulder on it?
Well, that's just what the designer thought was best, you know.
Anyway, number 3. How has the island been? You've done a fair bit of driving. I've seen that because you sent me photographs, etc. And I'm reading, by the way. I've got a list of notes on here. You've been driving around places. Has it seemed a lot quieter to you, or has it actually got a little bit busier now? Because over here in the UK, it's got busier again, and I can't even tell that there's a lockdown or anything going on.
Yeah, it's. If you go to like the volcano, Mount Tady, and some of the tourist spots that are a bit further out, it's really quiet. But I've just been into Los Cris then, and it's as busy as it always is. Went to Las Shafirish yesterday. You couldn't even park outside Iceland. Anything really busy again. So I think in the sort of towns and stuff, it's just back to being as busy as always. But if you go further afield, like, you know, go and explore, it's much quieter.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you enjoying it like that, or are you waiting for everyone to come back?
It's nice, but we need it back to being busy again. So it's not nice enough to not want people back.
Yeah. Number 4, are most of the bars, restaurants and shops open now? And more importantly, I know the answer to this question, by the way, because he's an hour late for this interview because he's been to one of the places. So more important.
Tell him that.
More importantly, has Starbucks and McDonald's reopened as well? So all the restaurants, Starbucks obviously has, because you've just been.
Yeah, Starbucks is back open. They opened one of them in Siam Mall first, and then they've just opened my local one back up. So I've been for a couple of them, but I've still been spreading it round, don't worry. I've still been going to a few different ones. Restaurants, a few more have opened, but not all of them. I think a lot of them are still clinging on to the fact that there's more negotiations to extend the furlough, or the ERTA as they call it over here. So the talk is that ERTA is going to be extended till September. So I think a lot of the businesses are waiting to find out before they start opening again.
That's quite interesting, because if they're going to extend that furlough scheme until September, that means that anybody that has booked, if we're going to get to question 10, obviously, which everybody knows what it is, but if they're extending that furlough scheme until September, and people are, you know, planning on coming back on their holidays in June and July, a lot of the places may not be open, because they're not going to risk the fact that you only get half the amount of visitors and holidaymakers over. So you could end up being in Tenerife with half of the places, you know, not even open.
Yeah, I think in terms of Las Americas in particular, there's not much really reopened there. The McDonald's there was still closed despite all the others being open. So we see, I mean, a few of the hotels have opened. There's a couple round by me that have opened. So not all the hotels will be closed, and there's not going to be a demand enough for all of them to be open. So I think people were a bit worried, you know, we might get flights, but the hotels will be closed. There will be hotels open, just not all of them. You're not going to get a pick of the bunch.
Yeah.
They're slowly opening them back up, especially if they extend this furlough. There's a rental agency that rents the apartments here on the complex I'm on, and they still plan. They're going to, hopefully, if the ERTA extends, they're going to continue with that rather than try and open.
I think with all this that's going on, I think people are getting obviously everyone wants to be positive, and we're all trying to stay positive. But the more and more I look at it, it's looking not within short-term reach. But we'll get to that shortly anyway. But because I've got a question about hotels, etc. Number 5, how are you coping? I mean, obviously you run, you know, we have a laugh and we have a joke. but he isn't a vlogger. He runs a very good car rental company in Tenerife, on the island of Tenerife. So on a serious note, I know we have a laugh and a joke, but how are you coping at the moment? I mean, normally this would be coming up to the peak time for you for car rental, and I know you've got structures in place, so you should be okay, but are you growing a little tired and impatient of the current situation now?
I don't think it's the time to get impatient, really. We've just got to be patient and wait and see. If you sit here stressing all day, it's going to make it even worse. So we're plodding along. We've had a few benefits where, some of the rent's been discounted and things like that for us to help us out. Not by the government, but by some generous owners. We've had quite a few residents have taken us up on the cheap deals we've got at the moment. So we're ticking over. It's not great. We're covering costs, but we're not losing a fortune. We're sort of maintaining quite well, hopefully.
Okay.
The end is in sight. I just don't think it's going to be as soon as people think. But the end is near if we can cling on.
Yeah. Well, if anybody does want a car, which I highly recommend because you see so much of the island, head over to Andrew's website. It's sanasty.com and rent a car off this guy, because you're a great guy, aren't you?
I hope so.
So there you go.
Well, we've got some good deals on. We're cheaper than the ones at the airport at the moment, so we're doing our best with that. And once things reopen, we'll be able to judge what sort of deals we're going to do. Once tourists can come back, there will be some discounts, but we don't know yet. I don't want to say it's going to be this price in July, August, and then the next minute it's changed.
Yeah.
A few people booked in for August and September, and I've given them discounts. So always just inquire, and then we'll see what we can do.
Brilliant. Well, head over to sanasty.com if you're going to Tenerife and show Andrew some support. Now then, number 6, are you personally enjoying the island at the moment? How does it feel compared to normal?
I enjoyed it for the first week or so. We were released from lockdown, but now I've got a bit of small island syndrome again. I don't know, everything just feels a bit small. I'm itching to get back for a break, to be honest, for a week or so. Get a bit of the UK. If someone wants to swap, I'm open.
Well, I know Lynn Rowlands is from. She'll be watching. She's an avid watcher. She's from Liverpool. I'm sure she'd swap places with you. Really,
Lynn,
really quickly.
give me a shout. We'll arrange a private jet. Swap over.
And number 7. Now, a more serious one. I've had a lot of people. I do apologise. I'm reading all my notes. There's that many notes. I can't read it from memory. I have a lot of people asking me what hotels are open. Is there any word of when the hotels will be opening up? I mean, I've heard some rumours lately of August. Now, more importantly here, one of my viewers, James Porteous, I hope I've got your name right there, was due to fly out on the 4th of August. But his hotel, The Best Hotel, that's the name of it, it's not The Best Hotel, is closed until the start of September.
Yeah. So I think it depends on who owns them and who they're associated with as well, a lot of the hotels, because I know the Arona Gran down here in Los Cris, a lot of people know of that one. They, right from the start of lockdown, said we're closed till September. And if you walk past it, it's all boarded up and everything. So I think depending on who owns them and who they're associated with, I think they pull the strings. So I know the Arona Gran is not going to open until September. Whether they extend the furlough or not, they're just not going to open. So a few of them have, as I said, there's Hollywood Mirage, Beverly Hills Heights, they're 2 big ones in Los Cris, they're open. There's a few others in Las Americas that are now open. It just depends, and I think, again, a few of them are clinging on to see if furlough's extended, and if it is, they're going to stay closed. If not, then they're going to have to start working out how they're going to open, things like that. At the moment, there's still talk of, if you put the staff on the furlough or ERTE as they call it, then you need to keep them on for 6 months when you reopen. So if those hotels reopen and they've had all those staff on furlough, they instantly need to start paying them again, which is a big ask when you've got empty hotel rooms. So there is talk of that changing as well, where you might be able to get rid of a few of the staff before the 6 months. So until they are definitely decided if you can get rid of people and if the air is going to be extended, until then, we're not going to really see what they're going to do yet.
When are they going to announce this, whether it's extended?
We still don't know. It's still in negotiations at the moment. It's for certain regions and certain industries throughout Spain. So south of Tenerife hopefully will be in that negotiation because it heavily relies on tourism. But they could turn around and say, no, that's it. 30th of June, it's finished. We're still waiting for an announcement.
I think if they announce that it is going to be extended personally, then I think there's going to be a lot of places that are going to be not opening until the end of that furlough scheme.
No, and then we don't know if there's going to be implications attached. Can they just stay on air until the tourists start coming back and they feel like opening again, or is it going to be you can continue on it, but you've got to stay closed for X amount of months, whether the tourists come back or not? So it's going to depend on that, really. I think with most of them, people are just clinging on to see if that's going to be the best option or not.
Well, we'll have to wait and see on that one. That is going to be a big decider, I think. So I think personally they will extend it as they did do in the UK, which is going to change the outcome. It's going to change the whole scheme of things.
Now, are the bars and restaurants going to be in that? Are they going to qualify for that? Is it just going to be the hotels? It's going to be... Are you going to have to apply for it and prove that you need that help? It's going to be a lot stricter than in the UK, where they just say, yes, stay on the furlough. I think you're really going to have to prove you need it or show that you need it.
Oh, well, we'll keep you updated on that one. If we get any updates, then we'll come back to you and let you know. But that is going to be a big decider, personally, I think. Now, you sent me, number 8, you sent me 2 news stories. This is quite interesting. You sent me 2 news stories by text last night. Well, and I'll read these out because I was on the gin and tonic, actually. My mum was looking after my mum. So
there's no surprise there. That's why you're having to read from the paper, innit? You can't remember it.
Because I can't remember it, yeah.
Your head's full of gin.
It is. You sent me 2 news stories by text. One from the BBC that there's confusion over the rules for the UK and British travellers being allowed into Spain, and one from the Guardian that Britain's risk being shut out of Europe and Spain altogether until our infection rates reduces. I mean, what's your thoughts on this? I mean, basically the Guardian that I've got here, I am organised. I've got the Guardian on one side here with the news story and my questions on the other on my iPad. But basically it says Britain's inbound travel restrictions and high coronavirus infection rate means that as Europe reopens for continental travellers, visitors from the UK risk being shut out, with Spain in the latest country to say arrivals may face quarantine. The Spanish foreign minister, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name, said on Tuesday the country was considering a 14-day self-isolation requirements for all visitors from the UK when it opens its borders up to the EU and Schengen area. So what's your thoughts on that?
There's just so many rumours going around. It's the same with all this furlough stuff. There's been rumours that you can get rid of people, and a lot of it's not true. So they have created confusion because 2 of the people from the Spanish government have come out and said, yeah, Brits can come, including the Prime Minister. Yeah, Brits will be allowed to come. And then 2 of them have come out and said, no, they can't. The rates are too high. We've got no agreement with the UK. So we still don't know. There's 2 people have said yes, 2 people have said no. Then I know Boris Johnson's mentioned today they're in negotiations for some air bridges with a few different countries. There's no agreement yet. So 2 people have said yes, 2 people have said no. There's nothing concrete. I still think I know that's your last question, but I still think August, September.
I did try to get in touch with Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister, earlier on to ask him to give us some clarification, but he was on the other line, and his assistant said he'll get back to me later. So we'll find out on that one.
It's all going to depend on the rate. If the rate continues dropping and you can negotiate an air bridge, then great. But I don't know whether Brexit's going to start coming into it as well, because we're not now technically in the EU.
Do you know that? I'll just stop you there. That's interesting, because I read a news story as well that they basically said that the EU can come back into Spain. And one news story that I read was that because we're now no longer in the EU, we're in that transition period, but that we cannot. So the Brexit and not being part of the EU is already showing that it is having some effect on us travelling to Spain.
Yeah, so I think there's that. There's the high rate. He needs to crack on and get these air bridges negotiated. So we'll see. Mixed messages, so many different news articles saying this, saying that. It's the same here. There's so many rumours. Oh, you're allowed to sack people now, and then you speak to your accountant, and they're like, "No, you can't. That's a lie." There's just, and then people saying, "Yeah, there's Ryanair flights arriving next week. People are booked into my apartment. Are they going to be allowed in? I doubt it." So
it's.
I mean, I can book a Ryanair flight to go to Manchester next week. Is it going to actually fly? I highly doubt it. Do Ryanair want my money? Yeah.
That's the big thing, isn't it? They want your money, and they keep moving the goalposts. Because Jet2 originally, they were flying last month, and they extended it and cancelled it. And I've had people on my vlog in the comments saying, "Yeah, just got an email through." Lots of comments actually saying, "Just got an email through. Jet2 cancelled my holiday. They're replanning it again or rescheduling it."
Yeah.
I mean, Jet2's been fine from what I've seen, but they're still extending it because they need that money to keep trading. So they'll take your money and then just keep extending it.
Yeah, and when they announced that sort of 1st of July, I had quite a few people booked in for the first couple of weeks of July for the cars, and then within a few days they were all emailing me, "I need to cancel the reservation. They've cancelled me flights, cancelled the holiday." I think they're playing the system there and just getting the bookings, getting the money in, and then they'll cancel it on you.
It's cash flow. It's the cash flow, isn't it? That's what it is.
I mean, the Wizz Air are still going. Wizz Air is still happening. They're still going twice a week. But you do need all your documents to get in here with your resident card, and you need all your passport and things if you're going back to the UK. And then it's the same. I've just had someone I know from the industry has just arrived back, I think 4 days ago, and he's got to quarantine for 2 weeks, and they've been ringing him every few days over here. "Are you still in quarantine? Are you still doing it? Are you at home?" So they're still doing that here. You've still got a 14-day quarantine when you get here.
Wow, so they are following it up as well.
Following it up. I don't think they've been round to his apartment, but they've been ringing him. He's allowed to go out once a week for shopping.
Blimey. It's the same here at the moment. I mean, the UK's got the 14-day quarantine, so I mean, me personally, I've not booked anything as yet, and I'm waiting until I know a definite, because somebody else...
If it was, I think, for me or you, I'm going to wait and see till people are actually flying on them planes and taking selfies outside Tenerife Airport. Then I'm going to believe it. Until they definitely get here and we're seeing the sausage legs by the pool, all that.
The sausage legs.
The hot dog leg photos.
Yeah.
Until I'm seeing that, I don't think I'm really going to believe it.
Well, you got some great footage the other day, by the way, from Playa Del Duque, which Andrew sent me, and I'm going to edit together. So remember to, if you're not, then make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that little bell, because I'm going to be editing that next. He's got some amazing footage with your iPhone 11 Pro Max that you've got there.
Yeah. Someone dodgy recommended me to get that. I can't remember who it was.
Somebody's called the Mac Master after Apple.
I think it was called the Splat Master.
Hey, people have been talking. We've got to do the paragliding now when I get back.
We've got to get you to shred that weight off first.
I know. I'm just looking at the side view on the camera. I'm thinking this is not.
Are you on wide angle there?
Hey.
Are you on wide angle?
I think I am. Yeah.
Can we fit you in?
It's because I'm not walking. Normally, I'm walking about 50 miles a week in Tenerife on the front, but I'm sat in here in the office.
A little update as well. While I remember, I've seen 3 places doing the Euro pint, so
they're still doing it.
Yeah, one of them, I think it was a Euro pint, but they put a little sign on it saying minimum spend €5. But it was still €1 a pint, and then 2 others just said €1 a pint.
Well,
we're
going to do a vlog actually when I get back. I'm not sure whether you can probably just film it, but we're going to do a little vlog, and I've got it down on can you get wasted on €10, and that's going to be one of my vlogs. So we're going to do that.
I can get wasted on 5.
Yeah, you can.
And that's with the beer at €2 a pint. 2.5 pints, I'm gone.
I've seen you on an Alhambra. Now, number 9. I know the answer to this again because the Night Strider himself sent me a photograph. It has the price of tours and excursions over there reduced. You sent me a photograph of a fishing trip, which I believe was reduced by over 50%.
Yeah, it was down in Los Cris. It was quite a few of the fishing trips are going out. There's none of the whale and dolphin trips going, but the fishing trips, because I think it's the captain who does everything, so they've not really got any staff. But they've gone from €65 down to 29.
Ooh.
Big discount.
Was there anybody on them?
I think I've seen a few people doing it on Facebook from Puerto Colón. This one was in Los Cris. But yeah, there's a few residents have gone out and done a bit of fishing on them and stuff, yeah.
That might be quite nice actually, because normally they wouldn't be able to do it because it'd be full of tourists, I guess. So
yeah, if you were here, I'd drag you out. I've got no one to do it at the moment.
It'd sink at the moment.
I'd have dragged you out. That's if you didn't sink the boat.
That's what I just said, yeah. I need to get some exercise. And it brings me now to question number 10. Yes, here it is, my friends, because a lot of you actually have booked your holidays to Tenerife in June and July, and you've got a few people down there in the comments who are getting quite passionate about it, saying no, you're wrong, it's not, it is going to be June, it is going to be June. I've read it in the papers. Well, you know, hold it right there, because not necessarily. So okay, always the same question, and I wrote this when I was full of gin, so it probably doesn't go right, but you've sent me a few news stories and a lot of people are getting excited about coming back to Tenerife in July. Now, from what I'm reading, they're going to be very, very disappointed. Do you think we will be back in July or not? I know some people are going to be very disappointed and upset by this answer, so hit me.
I don't think so. I'm still the same as the last video, August, September. The rate, the 2 weeks quarantine, the uncertainty with businesses opening, air to being extended, I can't see it.
I think I know we've covered this, but I think with air to being extended, it's called air to, isn't it? It's the furlough here. I think that's a massive, going to have a massive impact on whether we're going to come back.
And then the likes of Siam Park and Loro Park, they've both been able to open during this phase 3, and they've chosen not to. And there's plenty of residents that would go to Siam Park, that's for sure. I'd go if I could, but even they've not bothered to open.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I've had a lot of people asking me whether Siam Park and Loro Park's been open or not. So they're not, they're closed.
No, and if you think about it, they're going to need to open a few weeks before tourists come to practice everything, to train all the staff, to practice the social distancing, everything like that. And they've not even opened that yet for residents. I think they're going to have to practice on residents before the tourists come, and they've not even started that yet. I thought they were going to open, do 2-3 weeks of practice with all the residents. A lot of the residents here have got the annual passes where you can come and go as much as you want, but they haven't. So
It's going to be really difficult when they do open, because I mean, somewhere such as Siam Park, and it's going to be very difficult to keep people apart.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you look at a lot of the Florida parks have opened again, Universal Studios, and they've got a big new water park there, Volcano Bay. That's reopened. There's a lot of videos on YouTube you could watch. They are open in a very, very limited capacity, social distancing, wiping stuff down. I think with the water parks, with the amount of chlorine they've managed to add to the water and things, they've managed to make it quite safe. But they've got to practice, and they've not practiced at all here yet.
Right. So even if for some absolute miracle that somebody is over back in June or July, then they're going to be disappointed if they want to go to the water parks by the sound of it.
No, I could be wrong. They could open it up and go, there you go, it's open to everyone. I don't.
That's not going to happen.
Again, they come into the same airter bracket. They've got a lot of staff, a lot of lifeguards. Are they going to want to open and take all those staff back on? So that's another one. If they can furlough the staff for longer, are they going to stay closed? Is it worth them opening?
I think not. I think you're probably going to be right, although I hope you're wrong. But it's looking like, I think you say August, because I mean, with that ERTA, that's a massive thing. Be interesting. I'm going to keep my eyes open for that. And if you hear anything, will you drop me a like?
Yeah, I'll let you know. The only other thing I've heard about Siam Park is they're meant to be starting to build a new one in Gran Canaria. So the Gran Canaria is going to get a Siam Park, from what I've read.
Oh, right, excellent. Okay.
Yeah.
For all the Gran Canaria fans out there.
Yeah. I know you love it, don't you?
I actually thought, to be honest, I thought the beaches were prettier. I did like the beaches. It was, well, I mentioned it, I did a vlog, and I said, you know, it's like the older, more mature sister. But then I went back to the younger one again.
Is the only thing missing for you here is that Jumbo Centre that you liked?
Yeah, it was different, that Jumbo Centre.
That unseen footage that you didn't post, you know, when you went back in the night time and
in my leather pants.
Yeah, you were still waiting to see that.
We'll keep that one for private viewing. I'll password protect it. Actually, I can see our characters that are on our T-shirt in little leather thongs going to the Jumbo Centre.
No.
So anyway, I've ordered one of them T-shirts for you, so it's on the way. I'll bring it with me.
Thanks very much.
So we can both wear them, but they're in different colours, so we can't have the same colours on at the same time.
No. Right.
It would not look right. It looks like it's cleared up there now.
Yeah, sun's broken through now. Yeah, my neck's on fire.
So, August.
I think so. Maybe even still September.
There you go, August, September. You heard it. Sorry to disappoint you. Would you advise people to just book it in July anyway if they're available or not? I personally haven't. I've waited, because why give somebody your money? I've waited, and I don't think that they're going to be putting the prices up anyway. I think personally, because a lot of people have said, oh, when they're flying again they'll put the prices up. I don't think that's going to happen, because I think a lot of people are going to be holidaying in their own country. Like a lot of my videos, the Whitby one, the Scarborough one, the Blackpool one, have gone up twofold. Yeah, people have been watching those. So I personally think they're going to keep the prices down for this year to get people back. So I'm going to wait till the last minute.
But you can see in the comments a lot of people are saying, you know, just holiday in England, support the UK economy. So I think, and when you see a lot of the vloggers, a lot of the people in the news, a lot of people on Facebook, everything's just 2021, don't book 2020. Why your trip to Florida and Spain, etc., will be better in 2021. So I think people are just going to write this year off, and in their heads it's just 2021 will go away next year.
Yeah.
we're going to save up more and have a bigger special holiday next year. So I think when Tenerife does reopen, I think it's going to be your diehards, the retired people who haven't really lost any money during the lockdown. They've actually saved more.
Yeah.
Jammy buggers. And or people who want the cheap holiday. They're not bothered about Siam Park. They're not bothered about restaurants so much. They're just happy to chill on the beach, go for a little drive and explore. They're not, I want everything open. I want everything perfect.
I mean, I'll be coming back as soon as it opens up. I'll be coming back, but that's only because I'm coming back to vlog.
Only because cheap booze.
Cheap booze, yeah. I'm coming back to vlog, but I don't go. It's not exactly a holiday for me because I'm filming every day. But I mean, my girlfriend said to me, "Oh, I'm not going away this year. No way." Obviously, I've got a new baby as well, a 6-month-old baby, and she says she doesn't want to. She's worried, so she said we'll get. I think we're going to Cornwall actually
Nice.
in August, September time for a week. So we'll be driving down there. I'll be coming to Tenerife first to do my vlogs, etc. But for family,
shine before you get the rain of Cornwall.
Yeah, get a good suntan ready for my Cornwall holiday. That's it.
That sounds like heaven to me right now. I'd love a little holiday in Cornwall. A little spot.
He can't wait to get out. He can't wait to get out. Unbelievable. Right, well, anyway, so show us a quick look round of the weather then. This is what you're missing, folks. This is what you're missing. Take a look at this. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. That's Mount Mount Chayafita, that's it.
So you can see it's a little bit hazy, really, really hot.
Oh, right in front of that Mount Chayafita.
Look at the mess on the floor. You're dancing from all the rain.
Get that cleaned up, come on.
It only rained again this morning, so if I cleaned it, it would just be a mess again. I'm going to wait till all this cloud's gone away. And
what's the weather forecast for the rest of the week? It's going to be better, I believe, isn't it?
I don't look at the weather forecast. It's sunny. It's guaranteed to be warm. That's about it.
See, that's the difference between Tenerife, somebody who lives in Tenerife and somebody who lives in the UK. It's like, I don't look at the weather forecast.
I don't know. If you wake up and it's blue skies, great. It's a bit hazy. It's hazy.
Well, you're breaking up a bit there, Andrew. So thank you very much for giving us your time. And you'll be off for a coffee now, I take it.
No, I'm done for the coffee for the day. Going to go and do a bit of paperwork and bits and bobs.
Excellent. Well, don't forget, head over to Andrew's website if you want to rent a car. And don't forget to get your McMaster and Night Strider t-shirts. So,
and then send in the selfies.
Send in the selfies. Yeah, send in the selfies if you're wearing it and we'll put you on the vlog. And also don't forget, if you rent a car off of Andrew, I'll give Andrew a code. You get 20% off of your t-shirt. There you go, if you're renting a car from him.
So let me ask you, where are you off to now? Are you back to the little beer garden you got going on there?
I'm actually going to edit this video sat in this office. I'm going to put the air conditioning on shortly because it's absolutely roasting in here.
You got going on there?
Hey?
The beer sweats?
Well, it's gin actually, because my mum had my sister put some gin in the, I can't believe I'm telling her, she won't watch it anyway, but she put some gin, Tanqueray gin, in the cocktail cabinet at my mum's, and my sister goes in, has a little tipple, and she went in and says, where's the gin gone? I only bought it yesterday. I drank the whole lot in one night. I blamed it on my other sister. I said, it's Sandra, she drank it all. Sandra actually does watch some of my vlogs, so sorry Sandra, but Janet doesn't, so that's fine. I don't know. That's probably why I can't fit into this t-shirt anymore. I need to start walking. Anyway, that's all for today, Andrew. Thank you very much for your time. And will you keep us in touch? Keep us up to date?
Yeah, as much as I can. I should have a bit more time the next few weeks, so
You have a lot of fans now, die-hard fans for the Night Strider. Just give them a wave and say hello.
Hi guys, thanks for the support. Keep hitting the bell, subscribing, liking, and keep giving Lee a bit of stick in the comments as well. He loves it.
I do. And don't forget to buy a t-shirt. Anyway, thank you very much, Andrew. I shall let you get back to what you're doing. Cheers. Bye-bye. So there you go, that was Andrew Knight there over on the island of Tenerife. Now, while we were recording that video, there has been an update, literally while we was recording, that the Spanish government have now said that they are going to extend their ERTA scheme, which is like our UK furlough scheme. It is going to be extended until September the 30th. I think personally that is going to have quite an impact on things over there opening up. I think you'll find that a lot of places now will not be opening up until October, as they are not doing here. A lot of places are literally taking that furlough scheme as far as they can. So unfortunately, yes, that's been extended. But anyway, we will see, and I will keep you up to date. We'll keep going back over to the island of Tenerife. We'll speak with Andrew again and get some more updates from him. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that little bell for notifications of when I upload new videos. You can follow me on Instagram, which is down there. Also, don't forget, I've said it before, say it again, you can now get a MacMaster and Night Strider t-shirt, which is down there. All the links are down below, various different colours and some different designs as well, if different t-shirt designs down there as well. Anyway, that's all from me today. I hope that's updated you on what's going on Tenerife. I will bring you more updates, so don't forget, click that subscribe button. Anyway, that's all from me today. Remember, stay safe, stay positive, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.